Hi, I am Icy Kendrick, also known as Icy the Medium, and I wanted to do this updated video on karmic number 7. Okay, so we haven't talked about karmic number 7 in a couple years, and I wanted to touch on a few different things that I have noticed. So I'm not just someone that is really heavy into metaphysics. I'm also a spiritual teacher, spiritual practitioner. And when it comes to studying metaphysics, as far as numerology and astrology, I love to examine the different people in my life, especially my elders, the different things I saw them do, the different ways I saw them make decisions and progress, and then align that if I can see that in their numerology charts or in their astrological charts. So, one thing I have noticed from the different people in my life, usually by elder age, almost every last person I have ever met with a 16-7, by older age, they are alone. I want to give a moment of silence. I want to give a moment of silence. From my observations, um, many people that have the karmic number 16-7 have a tendency to attach themselves to someone, to a partner, whether a partner, a child, a career, their parents. They just have a tendency to attach to other people instead of God, if that makes sense. So this is not to say that people with a karmic number 7 are not spiritual. They are highly spiritual. It's just different. So let me just get into a little bit of my notes here. Let's see. The differences. Working to understand the difference between illusion and reality. Um, Developing faith consistently. So if you have karmic number 16-7, karmic number 7, it's going to be very, very important for you to develop and hone your own spiritual practice. Whether this be, y'all know I'm a free spirit, whatever religion you choose, however you choose to worship, as long as it is something that is growing you and developing you and not just taking from others, putting other people down, that type of thing, right? You are working on essentially who you are in God. What is your spiritual foundation? What is your spiritual purpose? What's something that's more practical that you can do to honor your spirituality? Okay, back to my notes. Master your fear of other people. Don't worry so much about losing control and falling over the edge. In this lifetime, you have the opportunity to create a space of love and spirit. So, again, that goes right back to what I was saying before with you must cultivate your spiritual practice. It is how you nurture your own spirit, it is how you feed your own spirit. And you might have experienced some really painful things in relationships because you may have either been codependent or too attached to that person. And so, a lot of painful experiences and situations may have been invited into your life to get you to kind of let go of them a little bit. Okay? Think of it as, ooh, how do I say this? Think of it as God is the love of your life and you are going through all these relationships and situations and chaotic experiences just to get back to the point of realizing that one relationship first. Relationship with God, relationship with yourself. How are you treating yourself? How are you respecting yourself? How are you honoring your own boundaries where it's not causing conflict in your life? That's really, 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 really important. Because the fear of other people may get you to close yourself in, close yourself off, But if you're operating like, well, I'm not going to be fear, I'm going to be bold, I'm going to be confident, that can kind of get you to kind of act really irrational at times, okay? So developing strong faith, understanding the difference between illusion and reality, falling back in love with God and spirit. Okay, so why is all of this happening? Why could you very well be in a situation where you may end up alone in your older years? Because this is a dynamic, powerful spiritual journey. The Life Path 7 is the mystic. It is the spiritual teacher. It is the person who have cultivated such a practice with their higher power within themselves that they're able to teach and spread that awareness to others. So if you found yourself in a lot of different relationships and you're like, oh my gosh, I just can't find the right person, or there's nobody for me, why am I here? You missing the point. The blessing is that once you cultivate that relationship, you kind of clear up that hindrance, that blockage. You just have to be careful not to go back to being codependent or feeling like you need someone other than God to fulfill you, to meet your needs, to help you walk throughout this daily life. In the end, trust your gut feelings and act on them accordingly. I don't want to end that there. When I say trust your gut feelings, listen. Karmic numbers 2 and 7 are very similar, but also very different. Both of them are about intuition, um, cultivating your relationship with God, cultivating how you walk in your spiritual practice, but it's different. So these two are never to be compared against each other because they are very different, like apples and oranges, okay? When it comes to a life path 7, your life path is all about your relationship with God. Now, if you are somebody who you don't believe in God, then I'm going to draw you back to the essence of your spirit that you house within yourself. And it is about cultivating that relationship. Nothing can get in the way of that relationship with self, with God. You understand? For a life path 7, a karmic number 7, especially 16-7, while most of these 16-7s I've met are actually single, whether their partner ran off, whether their partner passed away into the next life, there is some caveats. If you were to master this energy, you will be blessed with a partner. I have met, and it's rare so far, but I've met a couple 16-7s who have a partner into later years of their life. Now, how are things going to progress past a certain age for them? I don't know because I haven't opened up their chart exactly in front of me. But one thing I can say is that they're very blessed, rare, and very fortunate. If you have the karmic number 16-7, you might need to go find you a 3. Okay, you need to find you a life path 3. I'm just saying, these are my observations from the different people in my life as far as studying numerology and metaphysics. Those types of people will be more beneficial for you. And this also brings me to when I went to Peru. So I went to Cusco, Peru in May of 2021, I think. And one thing the shaman kept telling me and the group that I was with is that we were getting ready to go inside the sweat lodge. And inside the sweat lodge, we had to kind of like, he said it's like you're re-entering the womb to Mother Earth, the Earth Mother, the Spirit Mother. So we're all in bathing suits and we get on our knees to crawl around this outside, completely made of all natural materials, Temescal sweat lodge. And while we're in there, he starts to talk about the essence and the power behind the combination of the 7 and the 3. And as I'm sitting there, I'm just, oh my gosh, what? Tell me all about it. So the way it goes, and from my understanding of this culture, is that the seven coming together with the three symbolizes creation, symbolizes power, symbolizes something birthed into this realm that has not been birthed before. So, if you are fortunate to find a three and you are a karmic number 16/7, if you are a karmic number seven, that's the caveat that I've noticed. Not just here. I live in northern USA in Connecticut. So, not just here. I'm talking about in Peru. I'm talking about in metaphysics in India. And like, so far in my understanding of knowledge, okay, you need to get you a three. On top of that, you must hone your spiritual practice. Whatever it is, you own it. Whatever adds to you that helps you become the best version of yourself, ambitious, confident, successful, healing, nurturing, that is a must for you. You cannot get to the other relationship without first getting to your essence and connection with God. Once you do that, you will get to that connection of the relationship. So if you are 16/7 and you're in a relationship and you're wondering, is this relationship for me? Comment below, let me know. Let me know if you're a 16/7. Let me know if you're a 25/7, because 16/7 and 25/7, while the karmic lessons are a bit similar, they are a tad bit different. So for 16/7, it's mostly about relationships. For 25/7, it's about building yourself and your confidence and your spirituality so that your gifts can be used in this world. You're very gifted, you're very powerful. It's just when I talk about karmic number 2 and karmic number 7, again, it's just apples and oranges. Both of them are deeply connected to God, but on different ways. A karmic number 2, and you may be a 16/7 with a karmic number 2 in your chart. That is possible. A karmic number 2 is someone who is very emotionally connected to the spiritual plane. Karmic number 7 is someone who is demonstrating the lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? So you think of your monks, your priests, your pastors, your mystics. Um, you think of these powerful spiritual people. Most of them are alone, but not all of them have to be. Remember the 7 and the 3. Thank you for watching.